All right, thanks for joining us today for Spec Corvette Racing West Region. My name is John Wynn, and we are here at Chuckwalla Valley Raceway for our final West Coast Region race. And today we have, I believe, 8 cars on grid, and it's going to be the final race of the year. So for the guys going for points, this is going to be a big race for these guys. So Nankang Tires is one of our title sponsors, and Penske Racing Shocks. These cars are all running the Penske single adjustable 8300 series shocks, and Nankang Tires, the 315 3018 NS2R tires. So in car, we have a couple guys. We got Darren Griffin in car. We got Josh Carroll. I believe we have Shabal Roy, who's also a new racer in the series. This will be his very first race and one of his first races on track. With the newer guys, they're going to be starting in the back just for safety reasons, and they can get more acclimated to the racing and getting passing and stuff like that. So it's trial by fire, but we try to keep it as safe as possible. So I'm joining you here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, calling the race, and they are at Chuckwalla. Give me 1 second here. All right. So today we're going to be doing a standing start at Chuckwalla Valley Raceway, and it's going to be a super sprint where the cars are going to be racing for 4 laps and then reverse the grid. So the first place individuals go to the back, and the last place goes to the front. And again, with any of the newer racers that we have, we will be having them pitting or gridding to the back again. So here we go. We're going to be doing a standing start for this first race. So looks like we are in car with, I believe that's Darren Griffith. I believe he's in the back. So you can see we're behind number 44. So we have Patrick Howell out in the orange car, standing start. First race start for these guys. Very exciting. Josh Carroll on the right with number 17. Here we go. We got the red flag going, and as soon as this green flag goes, these guys are going to go. Let's see how they get the start. Great start for Josh Carroll. Whoa! Darren Griffin closes the door. Wow. Darren Griffin, not sure if he saw Josh Carroll there, but Josh, with his experience, kept enough space and was able to avoid any contact there. So these guys are taking off behind the car of Justin Taylor, and looks like Justin Taylor's behind Josh Carroll. So Josh Carroll today is running for the points season championship. Just 1 point separates the top 2 drivers, Craig Dale and Josh Carroll. So it's going to be a run to the finish here for the weekend for the 2020 national points. Looks like I'm trying to see here. I believe that is Josh Carroll out. No, that's Craig Dale out front. And I believe we're in Josh's car right now. Yeah, that looks like what it is. Yep. And he is behind Justin Taylor, and just in front of him is going to be Darren Griffith coming through the chicane here. Real low speed area of the track. You've got to be very patient to lay down the power there, or you track way out, and you have to take a lot longer time to get on the gas. And it's a long straightaway in the back. So if you are impatient in there, you're going to get passed. Going into the right left sweeper down the hill, coming around left, touch on the brakes a little bit, going into the bowl. Love this part of the track. Lots of grip on the inside. A lot of fun there. Let the car track out a bit, hit the apex, and you're able to just start squeezing that throttle right there. So I believe we are behind the car of, whoa, lots of brakes on that one there. I don't know who that was in the red. That's a lot of brakes, but I believe we're in car with Darren right now. And wasn't able to get around them. But lots of braking action there going into the 180. Another turn here. There goes Josh Carroll. Swoops up right on the inside, tucks in there. Excellent move, nice and clean. So Josh going back on the straightaway here. He's looking to get out front. So I believe we still have Craig Dale out front as we come out into the first turn. Quick left, right. Car gets very unsettled in this area. If you carry a little too much speed, you fly off the track. I've done that personally a few times. It looks like he is riding close behind. Not sure who that is in the red car. I almost want to say it was Christian Palooza, but I don't believe he's at this race. So tailing him pretty tight here. I see Craig Dale just pulling a little bit of a gap there in the distance. Here we go. Trying to make a little stick in the nose in there, see what he's going to do. Doesn't give it up, doesn't have enough. Nice clean racing there. And I believe that was a point by pass. That was interesting. I've never seen that in wheel-to-wheel racing as a point by. That's very gentlemanly of whoever that was, to let him put the point him by that way. Usually you got to work for it a little bit more than that. But well, I guess Josh Carroll will take it. So it looks like Josh is now tailing the leader of Craig Dale just in the distance there going down the back straight. The car reached about 120, 130 miles an hour before you get on the binders. It's a quick right, and then the left downhill blind. Can't see anything. You want to just touch that outer edge there on the left, get the car settled, and then Josh likes to go wide here, and he'll probably bring it in maybe a little bit. There he is, brings it in, and then full throttle out. Look at that go. Now he's a straightaway coming out like a bullet. So here we go. We got, he looks like he may be ruling in Craig Dale a little bit. Craig Dale is a super fast driver here at Chuckwalla Valley Raceway, but it looks like Josh is starting to pick up a little bit of time on him. These are the two fastest drivers in our West Coast region right now. And Josh go a little bit, looks like he lit a little bit wide on that one there, but he's reeling it back in for throttle and gives up a little bit of the gains that he got from Craig Dale. And watching Craig walk down that straightaway here. On the brakes hard, car gets unsettled, got to keep it nice and tight there on the right. On the throttle early. Chuckwalla is a track that you need to have a lot of patience on. If you get on the throttle way too early, the double apexes here will kill you on your throttle on your exit speed. So there's a lot of double apexes, long sweepers. And the key is, just like Josh is doing right now, set the car up, turn in on the left, just touch it a little bit on the apex, and you're throttling out. You can see the cars are starting to loosen up a little bit in Josh's car. The tires are starting to go off a little bit on him, but he is reeling in Craig Dale, the number 79. You remember Craig Dale from last Buttonwillow race did really well, and actually had an incident on Sunday morning, wasn't able to finish the race or actually participate in the race. And so we lost his car there, but he's got a second car now, and that's what he's running right now out front. A little bit of dirt on the track for the right-hand sweeper, back on, throttle on to the back straightaway. Here we go, watching Craig Dale distance into the sunset. Let's see if he brakes a little bit late, tries to reel him in. To the right, blind downhill, hope everything's there. Make a left, touch apex, and throttle on. So let's see how Josh takes this turn here. I'm going to take a couple notes myself. Likes to keep it tight, nice and tight there. He's going to pull it in, throttle out. Nice. Josh has excellent throttle control on that LS6 with street tires. I got to tell you, I watched him pull away from me in turns where I can't lay the power down as well as him. It's a really tricky thing to do, but he's got a lot of patience in his right foot and is able to pedal that car out. As the tires heat up, these Nankang NS2Rs are great, but with any tire, you're going to start to build a little bit of heat into them. And as you keep driving harder and harder, it's like they keep getting hotter and hotter, and then you slide more and it keeps getting worse and worse. So looks like it doesn't look like he gained much on Craig Dale, but I know he is pushing. I don't believe that's the last lap. It may have been Darren Griffin. Now in the car, Darren Griffin. Looks like he has slightly off-track experience there, but he's tailing a couple cars here. Looks like Justin Taylor, who was also in the running for the top 5 points. Going into right-hand sweeper, throttle on. Chuckwalla Valley Raceway is a great track for wheel-to-wheel racing. Lots of open passing areas and double apexes where you can really go 3 wide, 2-3 wide. I've done that many times with these cars, and they're a super amount of fun. You do it without getting too tight. And it looks like Justin Taylor, whoa, coming off track and coming on track. He looks like he lost position there to Darren Griffith. So Darren picks up position as Justin Taylor goes a hair wide and puts 2 off, or actually 4 off. And Darren capitalizes on that. So we're going in the back straight. Cars gets a little bit loose there. Tires are getting hot. Coming down to the brake zone. Very patient area here. You've got to just lay off the throttle. We'll tuck the nose in a little bit. We'll get the car to turn, or else you will not make this turn here. Look, really nice job there by Darren. Hits the apex. The throttle's out. Very good. And he is looking for the next position here as he gains 1 from Justin Taylor's mistake, and he's going to late brake a little bit here, try to reel this next guy in, and makes the left, comes out. I've raced right here with Darren side by side going into the bowl. Lots of fun there, and side by side in the bowl, there's nothing like it. So these Penske racing shocks just love to get compressed and hit the curbs and whatnot. So they're really easy to control, these cars. So nice sweeper, high-speed sweeper left, going in, another high-speed sweeper again on the left. You got to lay off the throttle, point the car in the right direction, and wait for that throttle to come on, or else you go just a hair off, and that was real nice. So looks like we're going into the 180 section here, back onto the front straight, a little bit of a tricky area there. Nice, hit the curbing, straighten out that curb a little bit, and we're back on the straightaway. Darren Griffin's car. So I believe this might be the last lap, and I wasn't able to see the flag, but here we go, back onto the mid straight, trying to catch that car in front of him. So FFP Fire is one of our sponsors we like to talk about, FFP Racing. They provide all of our fire systems for us, and braided lines and mounting tabs. Makes everything nice and easy. So FFP Fire, Sean is one of our racers. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle there, catches it, no problem, but he is out for blood right now. He can see that car, and he's got 1/2 a lap to do this. And he's tucking it in, riding the curb, throttles out. He's going to try to get some time on this car in front of him. So let's see who else we got on camera here. Shabal, I see we got Shabal out there, and he's not sure who he's racing. We got Darren. All right. I believe we are in car of Shybal right now, or either Shybal or Darren. Cannot tell from this view. Yeah, that's Shybal. So Shabal's brand new to wheel-to-wheel racing, and wanted to build a Spec Corvette, and literally just got this car finished last night. So this is his first time on track. We've gotten 3 new Spec Corvette racers on track today for their first races. We have the Shybal Roy, we have Patrick Howe in the orange car, and then we also have Kevin Missieg with the black coupe. So back in car with Darren Griffith here. It looks like he's gained a little bit of time going into the right-left sweeper. Looks like this is the right tight 180 back into the straightaway. And I think this is going to be the last lap. I see flags are flying everywhere. That is it. So at finishing times, let's see here. All right, Cole, can you call the finishing based on Race Hero? I can't see that from my phone right now, but it looks like the race is finished.
Yeah, it looks like Craig Dale in first, Josh Carroll in second, Donnie York in third, Darren Griffith in fourth, 5th place Justin Taylor, 6th place Kevin Misk, 7 Patrick Howe, and
that should be it.
Yeah,
that is it. Okay, so Craig Dale takes it. He is the points leader of 2020 right now by 1 point over Josh Carroll. And he's able to take the win, which is going to be a big blow for Josh Carroll, because a first place win is a 20-point gain, as opposed to second place where it's 16 points. So he's gained 4 points over. So he's overall 5 points total over now Josh Carroll. But we got 3 more races to go in this weekend. And so anything can happen, as we know. So we're going to reset the grid right now, put the slow guys in the front, fast guys in the rear. And of course, the newer guys are going to be starting in the rear, just for safety's sake. Anybody that's uncomfortable with starting, being new to wheel-to-wheel racing, is more than welcome to start in the back. They don't have to reverse grid. So looks like these racers are making their way back over to the straightaway area in the front, in the bowl section now. So you'll see them probably stop in right before the U-turn onto the straightaway to re-grid. So they're heading that way right now. So Track Spec Motorsports is also one of our sponsors. They provide the hood vents, and the rear wing that will be on for 2020 for our Spec Corvettes. Sparker Racing, as we all know, Sparker Racing, top of the line driver safety gear, driver racing suits, driver racing shoes. Excellent sponsor. AMT Motorsports, the best seat mounting brackets and monoballs for the Corvette. It's absolutely, necessary to get these seats as low as possible in these Corvettes due to headroom. So AMT brackets will get that done for you. And let's see, it looks like they are starting to reverse grid now. Yep, they're right before the 180 turn, I believe. And you can see the flag holder there holding the red. So they're holding them until they get the rest of the group back into the picture. So the Spec Corvettes are running with Super Spec Miatas, which are just a couple ticks slower than these cars at Chuckwalla. And once they get, looks like I see the flag is still there. Once the Super Miatas get back and bunched up, they're going to bring the Corvettes back around again to regrid on with a standing start, and we'll go for another one for another possibly 5 laps. So usually the second race is 1 to 2 laps longer, depending on how the race goes, if there's any yellows or if any delays. So hopefully we'll get a nice full 5 to 6 lap race, super sprint in this next go here. So Spec Racing is also one of our sponsors, wanted to talk about. They provide the roll cages for Spec Corvettes. They also provide wheels now, the Spec Corvette racing wheels, 18 by 11, 22 pounds, 1,700 pound load rating wheels, made specifically for a 315 3018 tire. You can also run a 295 on that, but a square setup, which is really critical for these cars from a budgetary standpoint. You definitely want to run square front and rear so you're able to rotate and save money on tires. So throughout a season, you can run probably about 4 sets of Nankangs is what you'll need to run the season, which compared to other racing series where you're buying Hoosiers brand new every single weekend for $1,500 or $1,800, you're not going to have a whole lot of money wrapped up in tires here. So that's one of the goals of Spec Corvette, is to keep the budget low, keep the racing good, and it's all about the driver. So it looks like we're tailing Donnie York right now, and we are in car of Josh. Is it Josh Carroll? No. Silver car. Looks like Darren. No, it is Josh. Josh is behind for the reverse grid now. So looks like we're pulling up to grid, and we're going to go for another 5 to 6 laps. So we see the red flag standing right there. The drivers are going to come up, rev these motors up. I love standing starts. It's such an exciting thing, and anything can happen in a standing start. I've lost positions. I've gained positions. It's such an exciting thing to do. So we're getting ready to do this here right now. For you drag racers out there, you have quite an advantage. I used to drag race, and it certainly gave me an advantage. So we're going to drop that red flag. You'll see the red flag drop. There it goes. As soon as the green comes out, we're going to go racing again. There we go, green. And, whoa, looks like Justin Taylor either stalled or just spun the tires. One or the other. Josh Carroll, one of the more excellent guys to do standing starts. He's really dialed in that clutch feathering, is out to a great start, and already in second position coming from the back. And he's behind Darren Griffith, he was a Spec 944 racer who came to us and looking to build the Spec Corvette from Arizona region. So if you have any Arizona guys out there that are interested in running, we have Darren Griffith from your area and looking to develop that. We've also got some time on the schedule for an Arizona race for 2021. So we'll have that 2021 schedule coming out shortly. So looks like we're still behind Darren Griffith. You can see that car is soft. Darren's car is pretty soft because he's still running the stock. Oh, and there we go. Josh comes in puts a little bit of pressure. Darren gives him some good room, which is nice. A little bit of a bump there. I think that was maybe a bump. A little bit of persuasion to go a little faster, I guess, from Josh coming down the back straightaway. But yeah, as I was saying, Darren Griffith's car, he's doing excellent, and he still has the stock monoleafs and stock. I think they're Bilsteins on there. Just regular shocks, monotube shocks, and he's doing quite well for what he's got done in that car. He's already sent me an email about picking up Penske's, and you can kind of see why as you're watching this car go around the track. It is just a little bit loose and just kind of wallows around a little bit. And that's kind of what you get when you have a stock suspended car with not a whole lot of stiffness to it. He did put the Spec SCCA T1 sway bars on it. So that has helped quite a bit, but it's still not enough to really get all of the lean out of the car. And look at how close he's getting. Josh Carroll's putting the pressure on him, letting him know he is in command here as he is coming around and giving a lot of pressure to Darren Griffin. Does he have enough? Does he have enough coming down that straightaway? It looks like he's going to put the nose in there, let him know he's there. Is Darren going to let him go? And he closes the door. Not enough to make a pass there. So good move on Darren and good move on Josh actually to avoid an incident. He could have put the pressure on and kept it there, but it was a good move for Josh. You know, if he didn't have the pass, it was a risky area. You're going 120 and you're breaking down to about 45 miles an hour. He said, I'll pick it up somewhere else. It looks like we're going side by side into the sweeper here. Left, double apex, tries to push him out a little bit, double apex. And I think he might have Darren. Darren might be out in the marbles area there. So I can't tell if yep, looks like he turned in a little bit. It looks like Darren may have lost 2 positions in that carousel turn there with the 2 leaders passing him. You got Josh Carroll with Craig Dale directly behind him going around Darren Griffin. So these 2 guys putting the pressure on, picked up, lost 2 positions for Darren Griffin from the 2 faster racers. And now you're looking at the race of the year. These 2 gentlemen are excellent racers and have well-built race cars and excellent racecraft, both of them. So I'm eager to see what is going to happen here as Josh and Craig duke it out. Josh desperately needs to get a first place win here in order to gain. And looks like Craig Dale sticks a nose in and is able to get around him. Is Josh going to let him do that? He does. And looks like Josh is going to try maybe an over-under on him, get a little bit of speed coming out of there and stick a nose in. But wow, Craig Dale sticks it to him on the right-hand side on the inside of the bowl. Josh cannot be happy about that, but that was a hell of a good move. Looks like it was a clean pass. And Craig Dale goes sideways. Both go sideways. Josh able to keep it on the track. Craig Dale, Mr. Sideways, stays true to his name, loses position back. What a great battle between these 2 racers right now. They are just absolutely pushing it as hard as possible. And you can see the tires are starting to just go off a little bit, but this is part of the strategy. You need to either go 100% or save your tires or do a little bit of both. And that is absolutely what racecraft comes down to, is understanding your vehicle and when to push it and when to lay off of it. And right now, these guys are just balancing the tightrope between those 2 things. They've got to save the tires, but right now they got to go as fast as possible. So they are just running it as hard as possible at 11/10, and you can see the slides that are happening here. And Chuckwalla Valley Raceway is probably one of the most unique track surfaces that we race at, if not the most unique, when it comes down to track surface. Anything that you think about what your tires should do or what your tire pressure should be, go out the window when you head to Chuckwalla Valley Raceway. Between the dust, the surface slickness, and just the overall racetrack, it's so hard on your tires that you really need to maintain and take care of your tires. Looks like these guys are going sideways, in and out, side by side, coming out of that low speed area here. Josh Carroll trying to hold on to that first place. He needs to desperately keep this position in order to gain those 4 points back that he lost the last race to Craig Dale. 1 point separates them going into this weekend, and Josh Carroll knows he needs to lay down the first place laps here in order to maintain at least within striking distance to going into Sunday's race. But these guys are all over each other coming out of the bowl. Super fast racers here. Craig Dale putting the pressure on, not letting up at all on Josh Carroll, letting him know that he is here and he is here to stay. So let's hope these guys keep it on the track and keep it clean. As you know, when you're out there, a lot of things can happen, and the cars can get slightly out of control, and so can your demeanor. So you got to keep all that in check. Sometimes you make mistakes in the car. Oh, it looks like Josh Carroll went a little bit wide on that. Let Craig Dale, they are going side by side. Look at the door touch coming out of the straightaway. This can't get more exciting than this. Straightaway, who's going to lift first? Who's going to do it? They are neither one of them side by side. Looks like Josh Carroll was able to peek through there, but he's a little bit wide. Craig Dale's still in there, sticking a nose in there. And these tires are getting slick. Look at these guys just going at it. The 2 top points season champion guys right now going at it. Coming down the straightaway. Mike can't be more than another lap left. Oh, sideways. Craig Dale loses it. And that is it for Craig Dale. Loses several positions. And we looks like we are in the car of Darren Griffith. Maybe picking up a second place position here, I believe, if he's behind Josh Carroll, but I believe we are in Darren Griffith's car, which we are. He's going to pick up a second place position, and by judging by the spin of Craig Dale, he might have lost more than one position, depending on who's behind him, which I can't see. So that's gonna hurt. Josh Carroll's got to feel great about that. Not sure if there's any contact there or any touching. These guys were super close. So now Josh can breathe a little bit and drive a little lighter so that he doesn't lose control and fly off the track and lose his first place position. Strategy there. You don't want to just push it too hard. He can relax a little bit, try to keep a gap from Darren and a comfortable lead, just enough to stay in first place, but don't fly off the track. Absolute critical for Josh Carroll. And this is absolutely incredible, the position changes that we've had between these two and all the field, really. And look at Josh Carroll just taking off. He's making a nice, comfortable lead from Darren right now. This may be the last lap. I'm not quite sure, but we got to be coming down to the wire here. At least one lap to go, or at least one lap, at max one lap to go. And Darren's still trying to catch up to Josh. I don't know what Darren's qualifying time was compared to what Josh is at, but looks like he's reeling him in a little bit here. Josh goes a little bit wide, but is able to get the power down, and he's just taking a walk down that straightaway. Do we have flags flying? Can't tell. I am not sure if they're slowing down or not, if that was the checkered or not. I will check my race hero if they are still going. My race hero is still catching up here. Here we go. We got Josh Carroll in front. Darren Griffith, second place. Craig Dale was able to hold on to positions that he had, only lost one. Justin Taylor wasn't close enough to get around him. About 7 seconds, 14 seconds behind. So he's got the top three guys have a sizable lead against the guys behind him. Justin Taylor battling out with Donnie York back there within a second of each other. And then the other guys trail that. So looks like Josh Carroll's still in a comfortable lead. And he's going to gain those 4 points that he lost to Craig Dale right back. So what that's going to do is for the season points championship is they're going to be in the exact same position that they started at this morning, being 1 point away from each other, with Craig Dale leading by one single point. Unbelievable racing for these guys for this year. And it's coming down to the last race for season's points championship and bragging rights for the year. So let's go back to the race here. In car with Darren Griffith, still trailing Josh Carroll, coming into the bowl. And this maybe a couple more laps to go. I don't think there is, but I don't think Darren's going to have enough mustard here to catch up to Josh, as it seems that Josh is able to continue to pull away maybe a second a lap or so is what I'm seeing, and continue his comfortable lead. So he's got to feel nice and calm right now in car. Just taking it easy. The tires are super hot right now, very slick, very greasy. One mistake, he'll fly off the track and lose everything right now. So he's just got to stay calm. So looks like they're doing okay there. Josh is going into, Darren Griffin's going into turn one. And Chabal Roy just going into his camera there I'm looking at. Looks like he's having a nice Sunday drive back there. First race, just trying to shake the car down and keep the car on the track. This is the first time he's been on track with us. So, testing the car out through the morning, making sure everything was okay. They were at Rockstar Garage last night till at least 7 p.m. working on that car, getting the brakes set up, and putting on brand new monoball suspension on that thing. Better late than never, but that's okay. At least he's got some new hardware under him, but he's got to get some confidence in that car. So that's okay that he's taking it easy. So we're in car Josh Carroll here. Looks like he's all set. No traffic in front. Nobody to contend with. Doesn't look like you're catching up to super spec Miatas just yet. Taking it nice and slow coming through here. Getting back onto the back straight. So going back to Race Hero. Let's check out where we're at right now. The last lap was a 2:02.4 for Josh Carroll. Darren Griffith not far off at a 2:02.8. So yeah, he's only about, I'd say, a half a second off of Josh Carroll's time. So Josh is pedaling it a little bit and just keeping a comfortable lead and not pushing it too hard. So it looks like Craig Dale might have dropped. They're dropping a few positions here. Not quite sure what's going on with that group, unless they just got passed by a bunch of super spec guys, which I don't understand why would happen, but not quite sure what happened there. Yeah. So let's see here. Going back to the cameras. And looks like we're heading back onto the straightaway here. And do we have a flag? We do have a finishing flag. So that is the race right there, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Carroll, what a tremendous race. Swapping spots with Craig Dale, both points leaders for 2020. Going at it into the corners, side by side. Who's going to lift first? There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Race won by Craig Dale, our points leader by 1 point. Second race, Josh Carroll picks up the win. So these guys are just swapping positions. So tomorrow we will be racing Spec Corvette again from Chuckwalla Valley Raceway. And let's go take a look at the finishing positions, the final positions here. Okay, that's updated now correctly. So we got Josh Carroll in P1. Darren Griffith, P2, excellent positioning. Craig Dale, P3. Then we have Justin Taylor from Rockstar Garage in P4. Donnie York, P5. Kevin Missig, who's also a new racer, P6. Patrick Howe in P7, and had a nice lap there, 2:03.8 in the last lap there. So he was trying to catch up. And then Shabal Roy bringing up the rear. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the race. Join us again tomorrow at 12 noon for our Sunday Race 1, Race 2 Super Sprint of Spec Corvette West Region Finals. If you want to see more exciting races tomorrow, definitely tune in. Spec Corvette Racing's presented by Nankang Motorsport Tires. So I appreciate you all joining us today, and lots of exciting racing, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. My name is John Wynn, calling you from another racetrack in my truck at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and I hope you enjoyed the show. I will talk to you tomorrow.